So the other day I was walking my dog, Howard, who is a couple months past 12 years old. And as we got to this park that's a couple blocks away, that's like pretty enclosed, and there wasn't anyone there but my kids and I, he wears this little like harness. So I took off the leash, left the harness on, and was just like, he and I were just walking together around the perimeter of this park. And as we were walking, and I have the leash in my hand, I so vividly remembered and had this like very visceral experience when he was a puppy. He's a Boston Terrier. Boston Terriers have a lot of energy. And before we got the harness that he had, we had one and he pulled a ton. And just if you just have his collar on, he pulls and chokes himself. And so I just had this like almost like split screen moment in my mind, seeing myself just very casually, leash in hand, walking like pretty slowly, together around this park. He was like walking in the leaves intentionally as though the crunch under his feet was enjoyable. And then there was this other side of the screen, right? It's like the before and the after almost of him pulling so much he was choking himself when he was a puppy, and how different my posture was, how I felt like I needed to control that, how I needed to rein him in or, figure it out. And it just was such a beautiful metaphor for just me as a human, and definitely how I manifest, both in life and absolutely in my business, right? They're the early stages. I think is true for a lot of entrepreneurs, right? Where it's like, okay, it's like go hard and figure it out. And it's the hustle game. And there's like so much to build. And yes, it's exciting, but it's quote unquote also exhausting, right? That's like the story that is so prevalent that we don't even question it, or I didn't question it at the very beginning. And then I just really beautifully saw myself in my 12-year-old dog. And now I'm just like walking along the perimeter, enjoying the crunch of the leaves under my feet, doing the thing, right? I'm still moving forward. I'm still like taking action, but I'm doing it in a way that just feels so in coherence with how I desire to live, what I desire to experience. And yeah, it just got me thinking. So tell me, where are you like the puppy in your life? And here's the thing, I think sometimes we can be different ways in different areas of our life, right? We can be super chill in maybe our relationship and like very puppy pulley energy in our business, or vice versa, right? Or maybe it's parenting where we have that like, and by puppy, I mean like we're the ones controlling the puppy, right? Trying to control the puppy. Um, and so where is that? Where are those places in your life? And what do you desire to experience instead? What do you actually want to experience, especially in the way that feels like the immediate voice that says, yeah, but that can't happen because. So I really invite you to take a minute, whether on your phone or pen and paper, pencil and paper, however you like, and just say, okay, I know that voice, that part of me is there to protect me and keep me safe in the known. So I'm just going to say thank you and tell it that I don't need it right now. And I'm going to really ask myself, what do I actually desire to be experiencing in my business, in my relationship, in parenting, in my health, in my finances? Truly, deeply, what are those desires, unedited, uninhibited? And just allow yourself to get them out. There's so much power in the process of getting things out of our heads, out of the mind. We see it differently. We're able to almost hold it viscerally in our hand like a beautiful gem and turn it over and see all of its facets. So I really invite you into this practice, and you can do it just, if you're a mom driving to go pick your kids up to school, or if you're, on a walk. Like, this doesn't have to be some like get some candles and burn your incense and put on music and get really deep. Like, we know, right? We actually know. And that, I think, is part of what scares the shit out of us, is that we actually know. And so allow yourself, allow your inner knowing to be witnessed first by you. And then I double dog dare you to talk about it or read the list to someone you're very close with. And just what comes up. What are those desires? What do you really want to be experiencing? And that could be a feeling. That could be you see, the movie playing in your mind if you're visual. It could be how you think things, what would be happening around you. Sometimes what helps is to tap into our senses, right? So what would you be seeing? What would you be hearing? What would you be smelling? What would be feeling on your skin, under your feet, under your tush, right? So if you're having a hard time, start there. And just let it go with no judgment and no voice telling you why that's not possible now or ever. So, all right. Thanks so much for being here.